Here we are with the 65-inch Hisense U7G. I was hanging out with one of the most chill delivery guys I think I've ever met during this entire time reviewing these TVs. And unfortunately, there is substantial damage to the box, as you guys see there. But what he ended up showing me on his phone was that they did an unboxing because the company is required to do that. So he did an unboxing and kind of checked everything out, made sure everything was good to go. And I saw that he had the TV powered on, did a white screen test and all that other stuff, which obviously we're going to do our own tests. But it was reassuring to see that even though the box is damaged here, and it's also significantly damaged here, that's not going to play a role in anything you're going to see because the TV made it out all right. But I did want to point that out because, again, we are unboxing it, and I know some people feel like when there's any kind of damage on the box, the whole review now has to be thrown out. Well, you'll be glad to know that this isn't going to affect us at all. Now, we look on the box here, we see some nice features like a 120 Hertz native panel, 480 motion rate, which means that there is motion processing on this TV, Dolby Atmos, and the Dolby Vision IQ. We've got 1000 nits of peak brightness and quantum dot technology. Then we start looking at the top where we have HDR10, again, Dolby Vision IQ, Dolby Atmos, IMAX enhanced mode. I imagine that still only applies to HDR, but we'll see if it's a preset for SDR. We have quantum dots and filmmaker mode. Now, one of the things I absolutely love that Hisense does lately on basically all of their mid-range to like higher end TVs is they provide you with these clips, and these clips are so important. Sony used to do this, but they no longer do it. Hisense at this point is the only company offering something like this, where you pinch and you squeeze and you pull out. It makes unboxing the TV way easier than it ever would have been if you didn't have these clips. Now, this clip is a little damaged, but we're able to get it out nonetheless. So with the clips going all the way around the TV, again, just making the unboxing process extremely simple, and I think anybody here can appreciate simplicity. Okay, story time. I was unboxing the TV, I lifted the top part off of the TV, and no sooner did I do that, the whole TV unit comes tumbling to the floor because the box itself, without the main box covering it, literally just toppled over. It wasn't strong enough to hold up because of the damage to the box. So, you know, that's something you could run into. Now, thankfully, I've powered on the TV earlier than expected to see if there was any damage of any kind, and there isn't, so I'm glad to report that for you guys. But be very careful if you have damage to your box because it can topple over. Now, one of the plus sides that I will have to say, which is another reason I kind of wanted to point this out, is Hisense can take a hit. I literally watched it go literally screen first into the ground with the obviously with the cardboard styrofoam on it, but still, it literally just toppled straight over, and I was like, good God, that's the worst. That's literally the worst thing that could have happened with this. So yeah, it's actually fine. There's no issue. So, you know, I'll do more testing when we get to the actual power on phase, but I wanted to take this little intermission to do a little story time because, yeah, that can absolutely happen to you. All right, so this is basically everything that comes with the TV that you need. You have your remote. It's the same remote we have on the U6G with the flat bottom, so you are able to stand it up, and you can stand it up like so. Very nice thing to be able to do. And then inside the packaging here, you have your warranty information. You've got your quick setup guide. You've got legacy device hookups, very important to have for those with legacy devices. You're not left behind. Very cool touch that Hisense is one of the few manufacturers still offering this. Okay. We've got screws, so unfortunately it's not a screwless design. Would like to see a screwless design in the future. That's definitely an area of opportunity in this day and age, for sure. At least in 2021, from what I've seen from like the other manufacturers. Everybody's going screwless nowadays, so that's something to think about. All right, so batteries. We got those for the remote, and yeah, this is pretty much everything. Okay, I lied to you. I forgot that I plugged in the power cable, so power cable's here because we had to power on that TV. And then we've got the legs, which are here, right? Which I actually like them. They look pretty nice, pretty sleek. As you guys can see, it's not a whole lot of cheap build quality at all to them. They look really nice. You can't really see them. You probably see it when it's on the stand, but yeah, looks pretty nice. So yeah, this now is everything that you need, and there's not like a whole lot of plastic or anything as I'm seeing here, even with the addition of these two pieces. So yeah. Now, something I really appreciate about the Hisense U7G, now that I'm getting to putting on the stand here, if you can see this, you have L1 and L2. This means you can do a wide arrangement or a smaller arrangement for the feet, allowing you to have a smaller media console. I swear to God, this is the first manufacturer to think of this at this price point that I've seen. Everybody else wants to do these wide, ugly feet arrangements that don't work. So here we go. Bam! I'm doing the smaller arrangement to save some space, and to put it on, it's really easy. I'll get nice and close there. You guys can see right there. You just line up the L where you see left with L1 and L2, and it literally just slides in like that. It fell just now, but it slides in just like that. You gotta put the screws in, obviously, when you're doing this and not like be one-handed filming, but yeah, it goes in like that, and then you just put the screws in. So it's just gonna keep falling out because it obviously needs some screws. It's expecting me to hold it and screw it in, so I'm gonna have to do that part, but essentially that's all you do. You drop your screws in here, and it's very simple. Another thing I like is that it goes underneath the TV instead of, you know, on the back of the TV, so that you can literally choose to have the screen face up if you don't want to put it face down. Nice little touch, something I do appreciate for sure. So the power cable we just plugged in, and you do that from the side here. Okay, very self-explanatory. You've got the nice design that you had on the Hisense the H9G actually, and the U6G. So you have this like metal backing, kind of like redesign, and this whole thing is like a metal chassis. It's actually really nice. So yeah, I think a lot of people will appreciate that. There's some sort of design, and again, it's pretty robustly built. I mean, it did take a couple of drops from the manufacturer, and then when I lifted the box off, so I give the testament to the good build quality that we have here. So yeah. Now, looking on the back here at some of our things here, you guys see we have a serial port and a service port LAN and digital out, import the ports as well. But what everybody else cares about right now is, as you guys see right here, you've got a 4K 60 port and another 4K 60 port in 1 and 2. But if you look at 3 and 4, HDMI 3 and 4, here's what I'll do. I'll back out and I'll zoom in so you guys can see it, right? HDMI 3 and 4 are 4K 120, confirming that this is absolutely going to be your next gen TV. You'll be able to do things like play the Xbox Series X, which I'll be testing. And yeah, I just can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun to get that kind of content going. All right, but aside from that, then you have, well, it didn't make much sense to zoom out, did it? Then you have things like, you know, USB port and your AV in, and then your antenna and cable. So yeah. Now, one thing I find that is like really nice is if you see right here, the Hisense logo is all chromed out, and this brush metal here is so incredibly shiny. It's like literally like chrome almost. Like, dude, it is so regal and so like fancy. I mean, look at that. Look at that glow, dude. That is insane. It's even more shiny than the U8G. I mean, like, all of this is just so like almost semi-gloss really with how the brush metal looks. It's very nice. And you still do retain the hands-free voice control here, so you can switch that on or you can switch that off. It is just so very cool. Another thing that is really cool is this remote is backlit, so when you press it, it lights up. Don't know if you can see it. I'll try to get it so you can see it. I'll push the button and you guys see it comes on. It's so cool. It lights up. So I've gone ahead and killed the light so you guys can see it lights up when you push the buttons on the remote. You can't really see it all that well, but it definitely does light up, and I think that is like super cool that it lights up and you can see when you push the buttons on the remote, it lights up. This is a big deal considering that only the $3,000 Sony A90J has a remote that's backlit right now. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously not a big deal if you want to use third-party remotes, but for a TV manufacturer to offer something like this, especially in this price range, is absolutely exceptional. As far as reflections go, you do have some reflections you can see. So it's not like anti-glare or anything like that. So if you have bright windows, might be something you want to think about, because again, you can see, as you see here, as I'm talking, reflections you can see. So just kind of be mindful of that, but most TVs are kind of like that anyway to begin with. Alright, so since I've already turned on the TV, I don't have to do the first boot up, and yeah, so we're just gonna get started showing you the welcome page. Black uniformity so far looks pretty good. I don't have any real problems. I think that's important to note. They want me to select my time zone now. And now they want me to put in my zip code. Now I'll ask you to pair your Bluetooth remote control. But we are already paired with our remote, so I can just skip that. I don't have to do anything. It's asking you to quickly set up your TV with Android. I don't do anything with Android, so I just skip that as well. Now it's going to ask you to sign into Google to get the most out of your TV. I have no interest in doing that. And unfortunately now you are met with the forced Google Terms of Service, a kind of con that is attached to any Android TV. I am not a fan of this. I think this is an area of opportunity to remove this and put something more consumer friendly. Nothing screams anti-consumer like buying a TV or unboxing a TV or anything with a product at all, and then being told, hey, here are the terms of service for this device, and the only options you see are accept. That's not really like you having a choice. It's literally like you being forced into this, whether you like it or not, because all you can do is hit accept because you have no choice. So hopefully that changes. We're going to continue here by going with the Android stuff that they're asking, and it's like they start asking you for all this other stuff. Google, they're like, hey, help us improve your experience. I'm like, absolutely not. You just forced me to submit to your terms of service. You will get no help, no assistance of any kind from me, because it's very clear you're trying to strong arm me. Alright, so then it wants me to install all these apps. I have no interest in doing any of that. I'm going to be using a source device, so I just kind of do the login that way. And then you'll go through some additional prompts here, as you guys can see. Mini prompts, and then you have Hisense's terms and conditions. And this is the part where it kind of becomes like, you know, like you get slapped with an open hand and then hit with a backhand, because it's just kind of like you just accepted Google's terms of service that you had no opt-out for, and now there's Hisense's terms of service which you can't opt out for. So it just feels like you don't really have a choice no matter what. And again, when you're a customer buying a TV, you just want to plug and play. So we're going to click on Store Demo, and it will say Initiate Store Mode, and oh, lucky me, there's an update available. So I guess that's what we'll be doing now. I'll hit Upgrade, and it says Download Update Package, and we're just going to be sitting here waiting for it to update. So shouldn't take too long. I mean, this isn't the actual update, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll come back when it's done updating. Just like other Hisense TVs I've covered in the past, when you are on Wi-Fi and you wait for a little bit, you'll get this enhanced viewing option, and you can choose to enhance or not enhance your information. And it's basically the adaptive picture, adaptive audio, and see relevant advertising. There's on basically every TV advertising. There's no real way to opt out of that. But the big thing here is the adaptive picture and the adaptive audio. So you say, yes, I want to enable that. And that's how you do that there. And then you get the enhanced viewing little option here. As you guys can see, automatic content recognition, picture mode auto adaptation, and sound auto mode, or sound auto adaptation as well. As for the user interface, it is really responsive. I don't have any real problems. I can literally zoom all around this menu. I'm not going to have any real slowdowns outside of my inability to click something. There's not like a lag between things. I can go from, you know, see how quick that was. You click on Pandora. I mean, you can just start clicking around on random things, right? We click, we go back out. I mean, it's like seconds, and you're like literally just zipping and zooming around. You go to the YouTube app. You know what I mean? You can go back, hit the home button. I mean, like, it's a really intuitive thing, and I don't have any real problems here. Well, here we are with the Hisense U7G, and as you guys can clearly see, it looks absolutely stunning. I want to make sure I get the the brightness captured perfectly so you guys can see what's happening here. I mean, the TV just looks incredible. First thing I noticed is how very colorful it is. And I think that's one of the things that like really have me impressed. Black levels and uniformity are also good. I'm not noticing any direct haze as I sit here on axis, and colors really do look pretty darn good. So I'm going to obviously have to do, you know, calibration and correction and things like that, but from just looking at it with all these different colors, I can see just how vivid and vibrant it is. And, you know, the black levels, not seeing any glow or halos or anything like that, even on things like what you just saw where it gets black and things like that. So I think that's really good. I think as far as a first impression of this device so far, I think it's pretty good so far. I mean, obviously I haven't really tested it with a bunch of other stuff, but that's going to be coming in future videos. So you guys let me know what you guys want to see first and foremost, what you guys are trying to you know, look at on this device, and I'll make sure I cover my bases and show you guys everything you're trying to see. So that basically concludes the unboxing. I mean, again, I can't tell you how important it is for you to leave your questions and things like that down below so I can help you guys out and give you guys everything that you're looking for so that you know whether or not this is good. Just again, to reiterate, before I end the video, we are going to be testing Xbox Series X with this. I know this is advertised as the gaming TV that Hisense has this year, and I'm going to be putting it through its paces to make sure that it lives up to that, and you know, show you how good it is or is not, and just be very transparent about what it offers. But so far I am extremely impressed. I really love the design. I mean, the almost like semi-gloss chrome that they've got going this year is like super duper sexy, and I think that's something a lot of people are going to absolutely love. I did not expect it to be even more premium than the UHD or the UHG and build quality, but it absolutely is, and I mean, I'm kind of impressed. I'm not gonna lie with the build quality, especially given that you have more adjustments for your feeding positioning than you do on the UHG. It's weird. It's like the cheaper, I shouldn't say cheaper, but the more affordable Hisense option is actually offering a more premium feel. You've got the same remote as the U8G. I know I said U6G earlier on, but I meant the U8G. You got, I mean, like really, I could go on forever, but essentially, yeah, no, it's pretty cool so far. So I'm gonna take a break. I mean, unboxing this 65-inch guy is some work, so obviously relax and hang out and stuff like that. And again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to see down below. Let's make it happen. Let's start a conversation. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.